Hi friends, welcome back. So if you reside in the United States, you probably just participated in this last week's Thanksgiving. If you did, I want to wish everyone a belated happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. So today we are going to be talking about sweater weather and sweater weather patterns. If you are like me and you like sweater weather, you are looking for patterns that you can sew this season. So I am going to talk about sweater weather and sweater weather patterns in this video, and I am going to share with you a few of my favorite and my top pick sweater weather patterns. So let's go ahead and start with this Simplicity S8950. I made this last year. It's an older pattern and I don't think it's in print. However, you can purchase it on eBay, Etsy, Amazon. They do have a few copies out there, and then also some online shops as well. You can shop for this pattern. It is so simple and easy. You can also look at a review of this on the sewingpatterns.com website. And it has great reviews on that website. In fact, most of these are on that website. You can go ahead and take a look at those reviews on there. Although I did make this last year, I didn't get a chance to make a review of it. However, I really love this pattern. I made view A, and this is the variation that has just a front and back pattern block with your sleeves, and also you have a V-shaped neckline and a V band that you are going to put on that neckline. Very simple, very easy. You do have all these different variations of a top where you can kind of elevate it from your basic sweater top. You can make one that has like a ruching on the right side of the body and a little drawstring, or you can do like some gathering or some ruching in the center of the top and kind of like go for this high-low hem, which is really cute. I have not done those variations yet. I don't know if I'm going to sew those variations, but I do want to sew view A again this season. Next this is probably my favorite pattern, and I'm actually wearing a variation of this right now, and I'll talk a little bit about that. This is the Simplicity S9385. I do have a review on the channel for this one as well. I made this in a regular jersey top, and I also made a few sweaters with it, and this is one of my favorite top patterns. I will say that the band for the neckline for view A and B was a little bit long, but again, watch my review on it and you'll learn more about how you can cut that band down so that you can have a really nice fitting band on it. Now the band for views, let's see, C and D, which is the one that I'm wearing right now, is perfect. And so I think that's kind of why A and B had some problems, is because the band for the little mock turtleneck here for views C and D was actually designed more so to closely fit the neckline versus the band of A and B. But it's not a big deal. You can just cut that pattern down to get the fit that you need around the neckline for A and B if that's the style that you're going for. Again, I love this pattern. I made it many times and I'm going to make it again this year. So I'll just stand up real quickly so you can see what it looks like. It's just a really basic black jersey fabric, and I did the variation, like I said, with the mock turtleneck here, which is really, really nice. It's really loose. As you can see, it doesn't really hug against your neck, which is one of the things that I don't really like about turtlenecks, and I don't sew them very often because I don't like it when I have these close fitting necklines that goes around the neck. And so this is fairly loose and I like it, and so it's one of my favorite patterns. You have the option of putting a cuff at the lower edge of the sleeve and also a band on the lower edge of the hem of the garment. For my first variation with the jersey knit, the spotted black and white jersey knit fabric, I did put a band on the end of that one, but this one does not have a band on it. I'll put some images here of that jersey knit one. I didn't get a chance to get any pictures of this one last year. However, I'll put images here so you can see what that jersey knit looks like, so you can get a idea of how it fits on me. If you want to learn more about the size I chose and all of that good stuff, watch the pattern review, because you'll get more information on how true to size it is. Next is another one of my favorite patterns. This is the Burda 6476. It's an easy pattern. You can make a cropped high-low sweater, or you can make a long tunic. And really, if you don't want the crop, you do have the option to shorten or lengthen the tunic pattern so you can just get a more boxy style. That's what I did with one of my variations. I made a black top that was similar to this. I made this one last year, and the Burda 6476 pattern, I made that about 2 or 3 years ago. I also have a review on this on the channel, and guys, check the description box below for any suggested videos or recommendations or pattern reviews or anything like that that I may find from other people's channel or from the sewingpattern.com website, so that way you can get an idea of how these fit on you before you go, how it may fit on you before you go and purchase the pattern. So again, this is one of my favorite patterns, and I would definitely recommend that pattern. Next is the new Look N6683. So if you're going for more of a sweater dress, this is a really great pattern to select. I would caution you on making sure that you select the right type of fabric, because this is more of a dress and a tunic than a top. It can make you look very boxy. I think my first variation, I didn't like it so much because of the type of fabric that I chose. And it was a ribbed-like fabric that was really close in weave, and it also was very, very stretchy. And so it wasn't your looser styles. It was more for kind of like a semi bodycon dress or a close fitting dress. And I didn't like the way that it turned out, because this style of dress pattern, it's not meant to fit that way. And so I would just caution you on that. Make sure that you choose the right type of fabric for that. But that is a decent pattern as well. If you're still looking for a dress, a sweater dress pattern, I also like this McCall's M7993. This one's also still in print. The new look is also in print as well, so you can buy that in stores. This one here, it has a different neckline, and it is a little bit more closer fitting style than the new look pattern. You have options to put a band on your lower hem of the dress and also on your sleeves. You have different neckline variations, including this really short mock turtleneck and also a wide boat neck line as well. So again, and you also have different sleeve variations. You have a short sleeve that is almost like a 3/4 length sleeve with a band on the end of the edge of it. And then you have your long sleeve as well. So those are really good options if you're looking for a sweater dress. If you're looking for an all-in-one pattern where you can get several different styles and looks, because you don't want to collect so many different patterns, but you want to have a variation of different type of sweaters, I would suggest this McCall's M7660. This is an older pattern, but it is currently being reproduced. I have seen copies in my Joann's, and I believe I also have seen a copy on the website as well, the simplicity.com website. And speaking of the website, this week is Cyber Week, and so if you're not in the US and it's hard for you to get these patterns, you can go online and purchase these patterns. They are on sale right now for $5.99 because it's Cyber Week. And so if you want to take advantage of those sales, you can do that as well. Now, this pattern has an array of different neckline variations, sleeve variations, and silhouettes, and so that's why I like this. So starting with view A, you have this really loose mock turtleneck. It's not a high turtleneck. It's a really short, medium style turtleneck, which I like about this. And you also have these really fun add-on sleeves at the lower edge of your sleeve that has like gathering going around the sleeve, and it has like a poof with a band on the end. So I really like that one. I have not made this pattern, so I can't give you any strong recommendations for this pattern, but I have seen a lot of pattern reviews, and I have seen positive feedback on this particular style and also the pattern in terms of how it sews. So that's why I will recommend it, because I have seen other people make it, but I have not made it. Now, you also have views B and C, which is very similar to view A, except you have a straight sleeve instead of that poofy sleeve addition at the lower edge of the lower half of your sleeve there. And then view D is a V neckline, which I think is really nice. And then view E is a V neckline, but you can also put grommets or eyelets on the neckline there. So you can put, so you can do like a drawstring type thing there. And then view F is also a variation of views D and E, except you don't have like the grommets that you're adding and all that other stuff, or the lower band. So I think this is a very versatile pattern. You get different styles, different sleeves, different silhouettes, different necklines. And so I think this would be very great for individuals who are looking to buy different types of styles, but not a whole lot of patterns. Like, you don't want to have too many patterns. Next, this is another one of my favorite, and this is one of my top picks. This is the McCall's. I don't see the number here. I guess I cropped off the number, but this is a McCall's cardigan. I'll put the image here so you can see what it looks like. I love this. I made this, I think maybe 4 years ago, maybe going on 5 years ago, and I still have this cardigan. I made a fall colored, like a mustard colored cardigan with it, and I absolutely love it. Now, in terms of like sweater weather, I don't know if you can use sweater material, especially not like your thick, dense sweater material. I think this is going to be more for like your lightweight high chi or high sai fabrics, those types of fabrics, or something like that, that isn't too bulky. Or you can use any type of rayon jersey type fabric with these, but it's really good for layering if you want to wear like a t-shirt in the winter, but you need something to layer it with. This is definitely a really great layering piece, and I have found that it's just so it has lasted me so many years, and I have washed it so many times. The fabric that I use didn't really shrink, and so I absolutely love this style. I love the cardigan. It's true to size. You get a semi-fit look with the size that is recommended for your size, based on the tissue measurements and the tissue finish measurements. I love this pattern. It's one of my favorite. I don't know if it's still in stock or not, but I'm sure you can find copies on eBay, Etsy, and Amazon and those types of places. Next, this is a pattern that I wanted to sew. I have seen reviews on it, and the reviews are pretty positive. I haven't sewn this one, but I do think that it is a really great sweater pattern. It is Butterick B6857, and you also have different variations of a sweater in this envelope as well. So you have a sweater that you have a high round neckline with these really cute button details on the shoulder, and you also have a bishop sleeve, and you are putting a band at the end of that bishop sleeve. So that's for view A. And for view C and B and C, you have this really cute turtleneck neckline. I forget what they're called, but they open up and lay down, and I really, really like that, and that's one of the reasons why I purchased the pattern. I haven't sewed it yet, but I think I'm going to sew this one this fall. Next is the McCall's M7476, which is an easy learn to sew patterns for beginners, and it is kind of like your cardigan type pattern, where you can do different variations using materials that are kind of like sweater, but also on the borderline of some type of medium weight coat. So this is so this pattern have let's see, 5 different variations here. You can do different lengths. You can do, because it has a drop shoulder, you have an add-on sleeve, or you could just not add that sleeve on and do kind of like a vest. It has a band around the neckline. You have the options of putting pockets on the front. It's just a really nice pattern, especially for your beginners. Now, if you want something that is truly for like just beginners, where there is no pockets or neckline variations, or different sleeve add-ons and all that stuff, I would suggest the Burda Easy 5883. This is a super easy pattern. You don't have that many pattern pieces. It's for jersey knit fabrics, and it's basically your front, your back, and your sleeve. And you do have a lower add-on sleeve, but it's not like a bishop sleeve where you're gathering in fabric and a poofy sleeve and adding a cuff and all that stuff. It's not. It's very simple, very easy, and it has a step-by-step instruction contained within the instructions as well. So really, really simple, easy little pattern there. Another one of my favorite patterns that I sew almost every year is the Simplicity S8982. I also have a review on the channel, and I also have a tutorial on the channel for View C. So this is so you can make a sweater dress or a sweater top or a sweater skirt with this pattern. So even though you see these different patterns that are most likely used for lightweight knit fabrics, you can definitely use sweater fabrics with this as well, which I have done a couple of times with View C. Again, check the description box below and you'll see links to the review as well as the tutorial for this pattern. So lastly, I have 2 indie patterns that I want to share with you. The first is the True Bias Marlo sweater. This was really popular last year and the year before last. You have different variations of a sweater that has buttons down the center front. You have a band, and that band, you're putting the buttons and the buttonholes on that band. You have these really nice long dolman style sleeves. You are adding the sleeve on, so even though it looks like it's a like dolman, like a grown-on sleeve, you are adding this. It's a drop sleeve, and you are adding a sleeve onto that drop shoulder line. And so you do have a sleeve pattern, but it's not going to be like a set-in sleeve. It'll be very easy to sew. You also have the option of doing like the crop variation or the longer variation, and both variations have this band on the lower edge of the sweater. So really like this one, and it has really great reviews. Lastly, I like the Ondee sweater and top by Deer and Doe. So this is also an older pattern, but again, you can still buy a copy of it on the Deer and Doe website, and then also different vendors or different websites like Amazon, eBay, and Etsy do carry copies of this. And so I really like this sweater because you can do a short sleeve sweater top, or you could do a long sleeve sweater top. You have the option of also doing like a Peter Pan collar that goes around the top of the neckline as well. So I really like this, and I just purchased a copy of this for the Black Friday sale, and I think I purchased it off of Oaks Fabric, I believe, and that was from eBay. I have not sewn the pattern yet. However, I do like the silhouette, and it does have really great reviews of it. So those are my top picks and my top recommendations for sweater weather patterns this year. Let me know in the comment section below if you have a favorite sweater weather pattern. Share the name and the numbers for us in the comment section below. I hope you all have a happy and beautiful sewing week, and I can't wait to talk to you all in the next video. The next video will be top picks for coat weather patterns. So think about some coat patterns that you like and some that you would like to share in the comment section in the next video. So I can't wait to talk to you all or see your recommendations. And I hope you all have a fabulous sewing week. Bye.